Good morning, everybody. The Calgary Police Service is seeking public assistance in identifying a suspect in a hit and run that left a police officer seriously injured. At approximately 3 a.m. Saturday, August 18th, 2018, a District 8 member was attending a suspicious person call in the 200 block of Legacy Boulevard S.E when he approached a suspicious vehicle. The driver of the vehicle attempted to flee from the officer, striking him. The officer sustained serious injuries. The abandoned vehicle, a white F-150, was located in the community of Evergreen. It is believed the truck was stolen on Wednesday, August 8th, 2018. At the time the truck was stolen, it had prominent decals displayed on the doors that were removed, and the license plate was replaced numerous times to evade police. A picture of the recovered truck is available on the City of Calgary newsroom. Investigators are waiting for results of DNA and fingerprints recovered through a forensic analysis of the truck, which they hope will assist in identifying the suspect. The suspect is described as a Caucasian male in his 20s with a slim build and brown hair. Investigators are also releasing a CCTV image of a small red hatchback that may be similar to a vehicle that was used to pick up the suspect after he abandoned the F-150. Anyone with information about the identity of these vehicles or this incident is asked to call the Calgary Police Service at 403-266-1234 or Crime Stoppers.
What is the current condition of the officer?
The officer is at home recovering from his injuries.
Can you elaborate more on the type of injuries or how he was hit in the scene?
No, how he was hit in the scene will be part of the investigation that we're going to keep just so we maintain the integrity of it. I don't want to comment on the officer's injuries. I've spoken to the officer myself. He's very resilient, and I expect that he'll be back at work eventually once he's recovered.
To be clear, the vehicle that hit him was the F-150?
Yes.
This incident happened a couple months ago. I'm just wondering why it's taken a few months to bring it up again.
Well, we're just going through the investigative process. Like any other investigation, there's numerous steps now that are complex, and we've gotten to a point now where we feel, like we have before for numerous other investigations, that the citizens of Calgary can be a huge assistance to us. And so we want to access that, and we're very grateful for any help that we can get.
Are you able to comment on, if we understand he was picked up in a red hatchback, is there somebody else involved? Are you guys looking for another suspect there? Can you comment on that suspect?
Well, the best suspect description we have I've given you about the male that we believe could be responsible for the original offense. If we're able to locate the second vehicle, it may give us some insight as to potentially if other people were involved.
Do you have, and you just said the best description you have, you just gave us.
Yes.
And yet I want to ask, do you have any more of what he was wearing or something that would identify him when you look in the CCTV image? How did you know that was him?
Well, that's it. We're not 100% certain it is him. We're giving the best description of a person that we think may be involved, and this is the only description that I have available.
How long do you expect it'll take for the forensics piece?
For forensics, given the nature and the seriousness of the offense, when we send these things to our crime lab, it goes into a queue. And because our officer, although seriously injured, was not killed or the severity of the offense is such that it's ranked and it'll process at a certain time. We expect it'll happen soon. It just hasn't happened yet. So.
The vehicle was stolen for over a week, so do you think he was involved in any other offenses in that time?
Yes, we believe it was involved in multiple offenses.
Any more details on that so people can identify?
We believe that they are property offenses. So.
Is this a veteran officer?
Yes.
How veteran?
I want to say 10 years. Now, I might not be correct on that, but I believe around 10 years service. This officer also had previous experience from another agency.
Will you guys be going back to some of those property crimes and just see if there's better information on those that maybe someone's got CCTV video of that? Will you be
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Every single thing that we can do to shed light on who might be responsible for this and all the other offenses. So when we're looking at this investigation, we're not simply trying to find out who injured our officers. There's numerous victims as a result of this offender, property victims, potentially other assaults, and we will, to the best of our ability, resolve all of those.
So aside from that description you gave us, does that mean that you don't have any suspects at this time?
This is the best suspect we have at this time. And so if we're able to get some more tips from anybody that can step forward with information, it'll help us possibly identify other suspects.
There's been a lot of talk recently about the danger of stolen cars, the prevalence of it. Is this kind of a worst case scenario for you?
This is a tragic scenario for us. It would be just as tragic if it was a citizen, an innocent victim. In this case, it's tough on our organization because it's one of the members that works here, right? But that doesn't change how we would respond to it should it be a citizen. So we're just as concerned. If you're going to run over a police officer in the city of Calgary, there's nothing stopping you from running over anybody else when you're driving a stolen vehicle or any sort of crime vehicle. So we want to make sure that the person that's responsible is located and dealt with as quickly as possible so that we are making it safer for not only the community, but our officers.
Just to show maybe how something that you're just checking into, like a suspicious incident can all of a sudden just change on a dime to being.
Yes, so absolutely. Thank you for bringing that up. What our officers do every day is deal with the unknown. So in this instance, we have an officer in the middle of the night responding to a call for service with a limited amount of information. The information gives them enough to go to a location where something just isn't right as described by a citizen that's called for help. And so they have to evaluate these conditions in real time, evaluate the risk, and try to resolve those situations while keeping themselves safe. We know that that's not always the case, and this is one of those cases where an officer, through no fault of his own, was injured trying to resolve something in the community. And so those unknown contacts are very dangerous. Our officers, every officer working patrol, every officer in investigations that's out there actively in the community, in any capacity, this could happen at any time. So we're very aware of that.
Do you have any idea where that white F-150 was stolen from, or where it was going when it was first spotted?
You know, I think we could, I know where it was recovered from, in Evergreen. I don't have the information where it was stolen from. We do have that information because it would have been in the original theft report. I just don't have it available.
Where was it coming from?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure personally. We may know, but I don't know.
How do they know they swapped out license plates?
Well, so the original license plate that was on the truck when it was stolen was not the one that was on the truck when it was found.
And then there's additional occasions?
Yes. And I'm not sure about how they've evaluated that in this instance, but they've probably done so through normal investigative processes.
Just to confirm, that red hatchback has not been found.
That's right. We're asking for assistance in locating it.
Any license plate on that? Any other information on that?
You know, we don't have a license plate on it. We have an image of it, and the image quality isn't super great. It's awesome because we got it from the community. We're very appreciative of it, but you'll notice that when we put it out there, it is a little bit blurry, but enough that I think we can get some good assistance from the public.
Where is it driving though? What's the location for that?
It's just from the community near where the offense happened.
Do you have any more specifics of the community there? Can you just mean Evergreen and there's no more?
No, I believe it's from Legacy, Community Legacy.
I have a separate question about the shooting this week on 17th Avenue. Can you confirm if it was gang related?
I cannot. I know that yesterday was the last time I had an update on that, and at that time, our investigators were still going through the process of trying to figure out who was involved and what was the motivation for that offense.
Would we say they suspect it's gang related, or it's informed?
I would be speculating if I gave you an answer, so I can't answer that question.
You've said that the vehicle could be involved in some other crime.
Mm-hmm.
So did anyone come forward with some complaint having a similar description of truck being used in that incident? Any report, any complaint?
I'm not sure about that. But when we started to work backwards from the time we recovered the vehicle, we've been able to, from the evidence we have, directly associate that vehicle to other property crime. I just want to say thank you. So I know that you guys are helping us connect to the citizens of Calgary with this request, and I appreciate it. So if there's no further questions. Okay.
Thank you.